You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, guys, this is a follow-up video to my last video about Kim Mulkey, the former Baylor Bears head coach for the women's team. Now, she gave an interesting comment about Brittney Griner being locked up for 9 years in a Russian prison. She pretty much cut off the reporter mid-sentence, said she didn't want to talk about Brittney Griner. Now, there's some bad blood between Brittney Griner and Kim Mulkey. And now, folks, former Baylor Bears players are actually coming out now, and they are slamming Kim Mulkey. Let's do it, guys. Here we go on TMZ Sports. Baylor Star rips former coach Kim Mulkey for refusing to talk about Brittney Griner. Now, guys, I'm willing to bet if Kim Mulkey actually said something about Brittney Griner, it probably would not be very nice. So she actually decided, you know what? I'm not going to say anything about Brittney Griner. She may actually say, guess what? Brittney Griner broke the law. What she actually had was illegal, and she needs to pay the price. Now, the problem out there with people that are supporting Brittney Griner and saying that she is wrongfully detained, they're not actually trying to hold Brittney Griner accountable for her actions. And you know what? This is the problem here with the left, man. When it comes to criminals, people that break the law, they always want to enable their behavior. We saw this with George Floyd. George Floyd, when he died, was engaging in criminal activity, but nobody wanted to hold him accountable for his actions. But anyway, let's read this. Baylor star Queen Ebo is going off on Kim Mulkey for shutting down a question about Brittney Griner during a press conference, reminding her old coach that the WNBA superstar is the reason she won a national title in 2012. So what? If Brittney Griner broke the law and she's in prison right now, she actually needs to do the time. So what? She won a national title in 2012. Big deal. Her actions actually led her to a Russian prison. She did that to herself. Mulkey, who's been LSU's women's basketball coach since 2021. I thought this was her first season. I actually said that in my last video. This is her second season. Anyway, was speaking to the media on Monday when a reporter asked her thoughts on Griner's drug conviction in Russia, whom she coached at Baylor from 2009 to 2013. Quote, I don't think I've actually seen anything from you on that, the reporter asked, and Mulkey made sure that would remain the case in a short response. Actually cut the guy off in mid-sentence, and you won't. And that was pretty much it right there. Ebo, who played for the Baylor Bears from 2018 to 2022, felt some type of way about Mulkey's response and went to Twitter, of course, to speak against her former coach. She said this, quote, a player that built Baylor, 2 national titles and a 40-0 record, Ebo said. Yet her former coach refuses to say anything or simply just show any kind of support, close quote. Keep that in mind when you're choosing schools. So I guess, she doesn't want women high school players to actually come out there and be on a Kim Mulkey team now. It seems like that is the case right there. Throw an old coach under the bus, all because of Brittney Griner. Brittney Griner is the one that put herself in this situation, not Kim Mulkey. Not Kim Mulkey whatsoever. Now, like I said, these people want to support criminals. Why do they do this? Why can't Brittney Griner just be accountable? She did it to herself, man. The WNBA Center also retweeted former Bears player Chloe Jackson's comment about Mulkey's shutdown, who said, quote, and I will say it again, silence speaks volumes, shaking my head. It says here, FYI, Ebo and Jackson helped give Mulkey her 3rd national title in 2019. The reason for Mulkey's response may be stemming from Griner's comments shortly after going number 1 in the 2013 WNBA draft, when BG claimed Mulkey told players to keep quiet about their sexuality for recruiting purposes and the program's image. Yeah, because Baylor is a private Christian school. And chances are, if Brittney Griner and the other players on the team actually came out and said, hey, I'm a lesbian, I'm actually with a woman right now, I'm willing to bet that Baylor would have removed them from the school for breaking their code of conduct, and they had every right to actually do that. So it looks like Kim Mulkey was just trying to protect them so they can actually finish school, go in the WNBA draft, and move on with their lives. But guys, this is crazy here that these players now are throwing their former coach under the bus. But I'm not surprised, man. I'm really, really not surprised. These athletes, man, they want to support Brittney Griner, no questions asked. They don't want Brittney Griner to be held accountable for her actions. The way they see it is, Brittney Griner did nothing wrong. And that's just not the case. She had the illegal substance. She admitted to it. But if you ask CNN, if you ask these other players, the World Sports Media, ESPN, they're going to tell you Brittney Griner did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. All the way up to the White House folks. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and the U.S. government right now are still saying that Brittney Griner is wrongfully detained, even though she broke the law. And by the way, folks, we have a whole bunch of people locked up right now in federal prison for pretty much the same thing that Brittney Griner is locked up in Russia for. Nobody's calling for their release. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.